this is Sarah. Welcome back to Make Away Life Coaching. My name, like I just said, is Sarah Abbott, and I'm the life coach here. Okay, I have been hearing and sensing that as this pandemic wears on and on and on, I think tension in marriage is building and building and building. And some of us are prone to sweeping things under the rug. And that might have worked before the pandemic. But I bet it's not working now. I've never been someone to sweep anything under the rug. My husband would actually probably really love that. He'd be like, wow, we don't actually have to have this fight. How amazing would that be? But anyway, that's not his life because he's married to me and we just like have to confront everything like in a really intense, Enneagram 8 vacillator way. But I will say, come pandemic, he and I have already figured out how to do the really hard thing, how to have the hard conversations and do the hard thing. How did we figure that out? Marriage therapy. We got so tired of not knowing how to argue and I love conflict. Enneagram 8 vacillator, okay? So conflict is my love language. But my husband is not that way. He's an avoider. And so it was just really rough. So anyway, thank God we got help. How much was that into our marriage? Our oldest was a toddler. So it was like 10 years ago. So maybe like 8-9 years into our marriage, we were like, hey, let's figure out how to do this better. Because clearly we're going to fight because of me. And so we might as well know how to do that. So we went to the therapist. We got help. We only went twice a month. I'm actually a really big advocate of every other week counseling, mostly because it's so expensive. And in between, you can ask for homework so that you're still moving forward. That's what we always did. So we always had a book to read or something. Again, all of this was like horrible for my husband. These are the things like if you go to couples counseling with someone like me and she's like, excuse me, can we have homework in between sessions? And whatever. Sorry, Nick. It's your lot in life, man. So we did our homework and we kept moving forward. And I don't know. I think we went to therapy for like a year and a half. And she gave us a script for fighting. And it was amazing. We put it on the fridge. And whenever we were about to have a fight, which back then was like, every day or every other day. I don't know, a lot. We would go stand in front of the fridge and like, I would say this and he would say this. And it was so rote, but that was the beauty of it. We could actually learn to hear each other. And it forced me not to like escalate because I'm so comfortable with anger. Enneagram 8 and a vacillator. And it forced him not to flee, which, gosh, that used to irritate me so much. He was very conflict avoidant. Now that I'm understanding myself better through Enneagram work, I'm really realizing, like, of course he fled. Oh my gosh. When I'm angry, it is like a hurricane force wind. And honestly, maybe Nick's not even conflict avoidant. Like, this has occurred to me lately. Maybe he's just like a normal person, and that any normal person, when engaging with me in an argument, would be like, this is too much. So anyway, we worked on that. Now we don't argue very much at all. Like, it's crazy. Once we learned how, we could actually like process things and just not keep having the same argument. And anyway, we worked on a lot of stuff. It was so great. One of the things that my therapist tried to get me to do, I don't think it worked, but I tried really hard. She was Gottman trained. Gottman, if you ever need a couples therapist, look up a Gottman trained therapist, Gottman. And if you're a Christian, you should try to find a Christian Gottman trained therapist. They don't have to have the highest level of training. If they're even just level 1 trained, that's plenty. But the Gottman method of couples counseling, I think, is like the gold star. But the Christian therapy is really important because, boy, maybe most therapists are not believers. And then you wonder, do they even believe in fighting for marriage? Or do they just think like, oh, you two are too different, move on, find someone new? I believe that marriage is worth fighting for. And so you got to be careful who you go to. Be careful who's speaking into your life. That's very important when you're looking for a therapist. And did you know you're allowed to interview them and ask them tough questions like, what is your worldview? And do you believe that marriage is worth fighting for? And all these other things. I didn't know that. I'm just lucky. We always stumbled into, well, we went to like Christian counselors. So we stumbled into the right people, and I'm grateful for that. Okay, moving on. Here's what I'm talking about. Okay, so Nick and I do not sweep anything under the rug. So the pandemic for he and I has been pretty easy. Like, I'm a basket case. I never get to leave the house. My work has been hurt a lot by not being able to meet with my clients in person. That's how most people want to meet. Having the kids home and hostage homeschooling is, I don't know, the worst. It's the worst. God help me. It's so hard. So I'm a basket case every single day, and I have just literally gone to Nick and be like, I need more help. I need more help. I need emotional help. I need a break from these kids. I don't even know. I just need more. And he was like, okay. So he has been amazing in helping me. Notice I was very direct in asking for help. I think that's something women don't do. We might get kind of passive aggressive and hope they just know to help us. But it's really smart in life to tell people what you need. If that's all you hear today, that's a powerful thing to hear. Indirectly, like exactly what you need. If you're an Enneagram 2, I don't know. That's probably your worst nightmare, but you should get some help around that because you probably need to do it just like everybody else. Okay, today, gosh, that was a really long opening sentence. Today we're talking about the 5 love languages, and this is actually going to be short little videos. Why? Well, the 5 love languages is easy. It's actually the best thing because you don't have to have like this really in-depth understanding. It's like plug and play, get the book, that you just turn to like whatever, take the quiz. You and your spouse will find out what your love language is. And then you just read that one section about how to give them more of what they need. Nick and I did this actually through a small group. We were in like a marriage small group and we did the study and it was like so good. And I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you. So I know marriages are under a lot of stress and it is a good time to get some couples therapy or couples life coaching if you can find someone who does that on Zoom. I think everyone's doing it on Zoom right now, so it's not that hard. Because you may need some new tools to get through this time. I know I have a master's in counseling. I love this stuff. I read about this stuff. This is what I do for fun and for a living and for all of it. And still with this pandemic, I have had to search out new tools like my life depends on it. So you probably need to do that too. All right, just see if that resonates. Okay, so quickly, tools can really help you. The 5 love languages is a great place to start. Maybe you can't afford counseling or life coaching right now, so just start here. These are concrete things you can do to love your partner better. So you take the quiz, you find out what your partner's love language is, you find out what your love language is, and you'll know if it's right if you, okay, so for instance, my love language is words of affirmation, and I took the quiz, and I was like, oh yeah, that seems right. Well, here's how you test to make sure it's right. You think, how do I love people? And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely words of affirmation because that's what I love to do to people. I love to build them up. I love to encourage. That's just my go-to. It's like, oh my gosh, good job. And I mean it. I'm not like blowing smoke. If I ever tell you you're doing a good job, it's 100% true. I would never just say it to say it. But that is what's very natural to me to do. And so, of course, then, whatever you do for others is how you want to be loved. But your partner has to know that. And guess what? You need to know your partners too. I have a person in my life and her husband was constantly coming home and being like, oh, this house is a mess. And honestly, he was a jerk. So he said it in really demeaning, awful ways. Like, put her down. Underneath all of that what he was trying to say and needed a lot of help saying, because he never once did it without degrading her. What he was trying to say was, my love language is acts of service, and I want to come home to a clean house. And actually, they ended up divorced, and that was probably for the best, because he was like verbally abusive with her. But the thing is, how different it would have been had they had this tool, and for him to have language that was appropriate to say, like, I need you to put in more effort around here, because that's how you can love me. I don't care about the words of affirmation. You don't have to say anything nice to me, or at least not all the time. You don't have to spend a lot of quality time with me, but it makes me feel loved when, like, dinner is ready and the house is clean. Now, I will tell you, and this is going to come up in one of the videos, Nick's love language is acts of service. No, that's boring. I'm like the person who, like, I don't like doing chores. So, anyway, I accepted it, even if I didn't love it, and I did make changes to love him better, and guess what? He totally felt more loved. And then he found out my love language was words of affirmation, and it just didn't come naturally to him, but he learned how to do it, and it makes a big difference. So anyway, we're just going to do a series. I'm going to do my best to keep these to 5 minutes so that you can just pop in and get what you need, and then hopefully you'll get the book and just like quickly start building up your partner in ways that are actually helpful and not wasting your energy. I don't know about you. I don't have any energy to waste right now. And so I need whatever I'm doing, my tools to save my marriage or build up my marriage or whatever. I need them to just work. I don't want to like reinvent the wheel and do things that don't work. So here's what's cool. This is going to work. I heard an interview with, why am I not showing you the book? Here it is. It's so important that it's in my main bookshelf. I heard an interview with Gary Chapman on Oprah's podcast. And I don't even know, I can't remember the details, but it's one of the top selling books of all time. And there's a reason for that, you guys. It's plug and play, and it's really going to help you. So, number 1, get the book. Here it is. I'll put a link to it below for Amazon. I don't make any money, but I want you to be able to find it. Number 2, ask your partner, hey, we need help. This is cheaper than therapy. In fact, if your partner doesn't want to do it, why don't you be like, cool, I found a therapist for $150 an hour, or we can read this book. And then probably your partner will be like, let's read the book. So anyway, read the book, take the quiz, read just those chapters, and then have a quick conversation. Like, okay, what does that look like for you? When I asked my husband that, he said a few things. He's a very sweet and simple man. He was like, number 1, I want to come home to a clean house every day. And our kids were little, and that was hard. Like, everyone, I see these things, people are like, well, my house is a mess, but my kids are happy. That's true, but guess what? My husband was like, I'm not happy if I come home to a dirty house. So I had to change things. Starting around 4 o'clock every day, I put the children in front of the TV, and I straightened up the house. And Nick comes home, I don't know, like later or after that, and the house was clean. That made a big difference to him. He also told me, I used to just take the garbage and put it on the front porch for him to deal with when he got home, which makes perfect sense to me because I don't want to go to the gross garbage can. One time there were maggots on it and I couldn't get over it, and I just like have garbage can trauma. But he was like, I don't ever want to come home and see garbage on the front porch anymore. And I was like, what? I fought that one. Actually, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I was like, I don't think it's my job. Anyway, blah, blah. Okay, so I changed that. So we both made changes, and I will tell you it works, and it's easy, and it's plug and play, and I really hope you will check it out. Okay, come back in 2 weeks. So I have made a self-care change. When we first started Makeaway Life Coaching, I had a person who was editing my videos and helping me film and everything, but now we can't do that because of the pandemic. And also, I'm a hostage homeschooler now, like so many of you, and I don't know if the kids are ever going back to school because the unions are just really putting up a fight. So, I got my calendar out to plan for this year, and I had like every Wednesday I was going to drop a video, which is what I used to do when I had help. But then I looked at the schedule and I was like, oh my gosh, the planning, because it's like I have to prepare to shoot these. The shooting time and effort. I have to wash my hair and stuff to be here with you guys. So, that's work. And the editing. Oh, I hate the editing so much. It's not my love language to do anything like editing. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I looked at it and was like, I can't do that. So, I'm changing. This year, we are going to just drop videos every other week. And I hope that's not too disappointing, but it's the best I can do right now because I don't have any time to myself and life is hard. And let me model self-care for you. Self-care is setting boundaries with yourself and everybody else. And so my boundary is going to be that every other week is the best I can do. So every other Wednesday, come back for the next video. This time you're going to come back in 2 weeks and we're going to talk about my husband's love language, acts of service, because I feel like I know it the best because I've had to work really hard to learn it. And then I'm going to make it short so you can come back and learn what you need to know and go implement it and move on with your life. I hope you're well. My word for 2021 is balance. If you recall, that was my word for 2020 also, but I did not nail it. In fact, the pandemic has really brought out my 8 excess, and I actually got more and more out of balance as the year went on. And so when this year I was praying about what is my word 2021, and God was like, yeah, still balance. You did not nail that. I was like, that's so true. So this is beautiful. We are going to come to balance in every area of our life this year. You can come along with me as we learn how to do this. And we're going to start with our marriages because people are under stress. And the reality is your partner is there to, help you and make you stronger and make you better and vice versa. But we need to put in some work to get there. I hope you are well. I am so grateful to have you here today. And come on back. Oh, make sure you hit subscribe here on YouTube because then they'll let you know when I drop the next video in 2 weeks. So that's good. Happy New Year. I'm so happy to be back here with you and I will see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.